I'd be scared too if there were 1,300 regional criminals pointed at me.
So do you get to control them? Do you, like, tell them when to...
No, I just spawn them and they do whatever they want. And I don't even spawn them directly, they just come out of my casinos just because they're there. If I controlled them, I'd actually be trying to outmaneuver you. I'd send one to one of your ore mines and then send one to your high school, like that.
I see.
Just to hit you everywhere at once, instead of in just one place at a time. Crime usually gets worse at night.
Security breach at International Airport.
So about 10 criminals are going to come out of the airport into your city. The nice thing about your city right now, SKS, is that you got a bunch of low density, low wealth by your entrance. So even if those get hit by criminals, it's not that big a deal because they're just tiny buildings. Later on, when those get bigger, then they won't be as effective as a meat shield.
Alright, I need to control myself and my spending for a little bit. What does this guy want? Airport? Oh, catch 5 escaped criminals in 24 hours.
Whenever there's a security breach at the airport, it stops giving you tourists. So after you get that, after you finish his quest, then the airport turns back on.
Fire department's still unhappy. They feel so abandoned right now.
Yeah, well, they're jealous of that shiny helicopter the police have.
Yeah, they'll get over it. So are commercial squares supposed to be smaller than the other squares?
They can be, but they don't have to be. How they designed it is that you're supposed to have commercial and kind of in the middle of your residential, and then the reason why the commercial buildings are a tiny bit smaller is so you can fit little parks next to them, and that changes the land wealth. So they can be a little smaller, especially if you're changing wealth level. If you're not changing wealth level at all and just have low wealth, they'll spawn 2 low wealth commercial buildings in the same square and just counts as 2 shops. Because low wealth is the space efficient one. By the way, SKS, if you click your population and then click the detail tab, you can see how many jobs are available for each wealth class. So that'll help you make decisions about what kind of wealth residential you should be making.
Have at least 100 commercial buildings in your city. Alright, what did you say now? I was totally in concentration mode.
If you click the population to the bottom right, and then click the detail tab, you can see how many workers you have versus how many jobs you have in your city, so you can tell which kind of residential you need to zone for. And if you scroll down, you can also see how
bottom right.
Yeah, there's 3 people and there's a number next to it. That's the population.
That's in the middle.
Must be your resolution.
Bottom middle.
Okay.
Alright,
By the way,
welcome to the
click
population. So if I hit
detail, and then you can see how many jobs and how many workers you have for each wealth level.
every single person in my city is working.
Yep. And even then, your city is about 2,000 jobs just sitting there looking for more workers.
Yes. I feel like I should have a higher population, but I don't.
The population number that displays at the bottom middle, that is actually a fudge number. They inflate that number just to make you feel bigger. The actual numbers of Sims in your city are under the detail tab. The game still uses the fudge population number for things like government unlocks. So at 5k population, you get a department. At 15k population, you get another department.
Wow.
At 100k population, you should make a recycling center, and you can make all kinds of generalized statements like those off the fudge.
Yeah, this makes me sad. It's just like there's, like I have 50% of my jobs are still available.
The good news is a city can run on as little as a quarter of its low wealth jobs being filled. Mistral is at half staff, for example, and you can run it on. You can
if my school says 150 were taught yesterday out of 150, that means I need to expand it, right?
Yeah, because that school's full. Now the catch is, since you have a high school and a grade school, those two schools are overlapping functions. They do the same thing. They teach basic education. So what you should do is bulldoze the grade school and expand the high school. The high school is basically K-12. The grade school is effectively K-12, but it doesn't hold as many students and it's less cost efficient.
So they're not for each.
It only counts, when you click on each school, it only counts the students that attended that particular school. For the overall number, you have to look at the student enrollment by clicking on the education.
So like
palette.
grade school doesn't make like younger kids smarter. It's
Students are just students. They'll attend whatever school you want.
That's ridiculous. Come on, EA.
Now, for the 3 lower education buildings, that's really not a big deal. But when you're doing a university city, you really want every student attending that university because it speeds up research, and you get more industrial tech that way. If you look at Amisakura up on the northeast corner of the region, that city has just a university, and it has like 4,000, 5,000 students attending it each day. So it did all the research really fast. One of the other things to note is that you have to pay if you pay a little more attention to the hourly cost of things, you can kind of get a hint of which schools are the most cost efficient.
Yeah. So what did you say was a good tax rate?
12, 11, 10. So 12 on the poor, 11 on the medium, 10 on the rich, for all RCI.
And they won't freak out over that?
No, if you go above that, they will. If you go down to flat 5, you'll get a tax relief buff on everybody. Because you cut their taxes, therefore they're more happy. But you don't usually cut taxes until really late in the game.
Right. They still want industrial. It's like I'm afraid to build anymore because I don't have the workers for it now.
Judging by this, it looks... just looking at your bars, it looks like you need, industrial... No, it doesn't look like you need any industrial at all. It looks like all your demand is in residential, SKS. I think you're looking at the industrial bar and you're seeing the pale yellow bar, which is regional industrial demand. In other words, other cities that need freight. Well, obviously Mistralis, because there's no industry there at all.
It says yellow is demand for factories and dark yellow is regional demand.
Yeah.
I have pale yellow, so wouldn't that be mine?
No, pale yellow is regional. And dark yellow is local. I don't think dark is really the right color to describe it though. It's kind of a yellowish tan that's the regional, and then a solid yellow bar is the local. If you were to look at Mistralis' zoning, you'd see what local industrial demand looks like.
Did we kill Dwarven? Did he die?
No, I'm just listening.
I really got nervous.
Oh boy, 2 prisoners arrested. Criminals arrested. I got 4 people off the streets.
I hear thunder boomers.
There's almost never any thunder around here. One time we had thunder, everybody freaked out.
One time.
Yeah.
That one time.
Now, one time the thunderstorm showed up, everybody was terrified.
I have no words for that. I just really don't.
Just differences in weather. That's all. Let's go peek at Burt City.
Ooh, my city.
We built this city. Built this city on something, yeah. You want to learn how to increase building density. No, I'm sure I don't need that.
No, I'm pretty sure you do, SKS.
Let's smelt some raw ore and make it metal. Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah.
Wait, it's not.
If you edit your smelting factory, you can make more metal furnaces to make metal faster. Of course, you need more ore to keep up with that flow.
Wow.
Let's look at Bert. He's got a great school.
Yeah.
He's got a police station, which is already half full.
Yep.
Coal mine, fully upgraded coal mine, all 4 shafts.
Of course, nobody's working it. Of course.
Yeah. I think that has to do with the distance that workers have to travel to get from R to your coal mine. So if you made a clever road going up the side of the cliff somehow, you could probably alleviate that worker block.
Money Cube have a total income of 15,000 per hour.
Let's see. Bert is getting wrecked by the crime. He has 23 crimes happening in his city every day.
Yep.
And unsurprisingly, they're all concentrated around the entrance.
Yes, which is not bad, but yeah.
Oh.
Actually, that would work, but I don't.
What's this big-ass house want? The earth can't take our garbage anymore, Mayor. It's a dude in a hoodie. We need to clean up our act. He's probably like toking on a bong or something. Pollution is at record levels.
Of course pollution's at record levels. Most of the city is run by me. And I'm the most one of the most industrial mayors ever. If you look at the if you look at the air pollution maps on any of the specialized cities, it's brown. Solid brown.
I like all this crap that I'm shipping to other cities. That's pretty disgusting looking.
Oh, there they go. Oh, nope, nope. Now people are going to my coal mine because I built that interesting road. Thank you. I don't know why they couldn't just drive all the way up, but no, the criminals did, so they can embezzle the water tower. Yeah.
You have a very interesting avenue at the front of your city, Bert.
Yeah, I kind
Why
of...
are there so many streets coming off of it?
It's just congestion, really. That's what I thought I could help out with, but... Oh, well, like I said, not the best at this game, but at least I'm doing better than I did in SimCity 2000. Because you could actually build a bridge and pay the ocean $1,000 to get people to come in, but they never did.
Pay $1,000.
Yeah, that's what you had to do. You had to connect to the highway, and it costs $1,000 along with the road to get people to come into your town from outside in SimCity 2000. Where in SimCity you could just plop down anything and people would be living there.
I got some big ass houses being built now.
Did you make a bunch of parks?
Maybe.
Okay, I'll take that as a yes. So you got a bunch of rich Sims coming in.
They're building some big ass shit over here now.
Or you're getting
Vacant
medium density.
residence for sale. That's a fucking like big ass apartment building. Our mayor is clearly in touch with their spiritual side. I'm searching the internet for what to do when there's a fire. Slow today.
SKS is real spiritual.
Wow, this house is getting shit on. Maybe I need to upgrade my fire department.
Let's see.
I'll let them put out this fire first.
Here, SKS. No, I don't see any rich parks here. Looks like you're just getting, Oh, this is medium. Okay, you've got... Wow, wow, that's a lot of parks, SKS. Let's see, you got some rich over here on the west-ish of your city. Hey, SKS.
What?
Where where you have all your, rich, high wealth land value?
Yes.
That's just commercial, though. So there's no rich shoppers getting to those stores. So you either need to change the zoning in some of that rich territory to green, or you need to make some more high wealth. And
What are you talking about? I'm confused.
You see where you've got your large fountain parks and your tiered urban green space and your fountain plaza?
Yes.
Got a bunch of commercial around there. Those are rich shops, and you don't have any rich residents anywhere except in the top right, and those are way far away.
So I need to delete some of these parks.
That's one solution. The other would be to have to make the commercial and the residential zones closer together, so it's easier for shoppers to get to the shops.
Attention, Kmart shoppers. It's like we built all these buildings, but nobody's showing up.
Yeah.
You shut your whore mouth. I'll figure it out.
Okay, got some expansion on your ore mine, but your ore mine's out of water.
What the hell? It just had tons of water a minute ago.
No, there's no. You don't have any workers getting your water pump because there's a bunch of industry, and there's a bunch of industry between your water pumping station and your residential. So the workers are just going into the industry instead of the water pump. If you have enough workers, they can eventually overwhelm it. Or you could get regional water, which floods the map full of water agents, which will water everything.
Yes, I will build cells when I get the cash game. Quit fussing.
Yes, I'm having a severe worker shortage now.
Yeah.
I was
As you
doing
well.
so well, and then it just like hit a bump.
Yeah. And then you made a bunch of parks, and that changed the land wealth from poor to medium, and there aren't as many Sims living in the medium buildings, so you went short.
I will fix it in a second.
The sun is rising. Ah, 20 kids have visited the giant gnome.
The giant gnome.
Mm-hmm.
They're just high-tech firefighting. Woo!
Well, dog, I tell you what.
I'll go broke here soon now.
Don't forget, you got like 3 stacks of bonds that you could use.
Yeah. You should use.
I used 1 bond for that coal mine. I could have saved 10,000 that and had a, you know, yeah, well.
The game is very good at rewarding the responsible use of credit, so if you take out bonds and buy things that make money like mines and oil pumps, that'll definitely pay off.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm making money or not.
Okay, to figure that out, SKS, click your budget at the bottom center of your screen, and you'll see your hourly stuff on the left, and then on the right you'll see your tax and your bonds, and then below that you'll see recent transactions, and that's where all your ore sales will show up.
Alright, so I made
gained some-
17,000 in that.
Yeah. And then when you look at the very bottom left of the budget, it'll say monthly profit plus transactions. It combines your hourly losses plus your ore exports, and that's how that bottom line gets generated.
Evidently I need to make more iron places then. Oh.
Well, my God, there's so much ore on this map, SKS. Wow. I haven't played this map before, but that's a lot of red. Color of rust, color of iron. Probably why they picked that. You got some rail up at the top right. Well, top right's a terrible thing to say in this game because I don't know if our screens are oriented the same way. Let me see if, yeah, the northeast corner of your map, you got some rail. So a long time from now, when you have like 6 ore mines, you could make a trade port by that rail, and then that trade port can have a rail station on it, and cargo trains will show up to pick up your ore 120 tons at a time.
Yeah.
And you can just make more railway if that's not enough room.
Let's see what I can try to pull off here. Alright, hopefully that will make me some money. That's what I'm hoping. I'm sure it was.
Okay, I added a trade depot for my coal.
I'm sure it has a full storage lot on it.
Yeah, it's got about 3 of them.
And you can bulldoze the freight lot it comes with, since that's just not... The game loves to give you default add-ons to your buildings, and they're usually not that good.
Yeah.
Because you almost never need more freight demand, which is what you get off a freight lot. Because there's usually so much commercial that will just eat up all your freight.
Yeah.
The freight lot. You also get the same thing late game electronics when you're making consumer electronics factories. You get TV lines with them, and those aren't as good as computer lines.
Of course not.
Damn it! Quit needing more water.
You're probably going to need some more sewage too soon, SKS. It's just what you get with mines.
I know.
There's an interesting story you can tell. A couple months ago, up in British Columbia, there was a dam holding back seepage from one of the metal mines they had there, and it broke. And it was a pretty bad environmental disaster for the Fraser River area. It was a dam holding back a bunch of waste products from a mine.
Well.
And that's how it's relevant to the game because metals buildings generate a lot of sewage.
How does the pathfinding for finding a job work?
Workers spawn out of residential buildings, and they either drive to work or they walk to work. And if the jobs are close enough, then they'll just walk and you won't get any traffic because there's just pedestrians. If they have to drive, then they have to get to work on time. Otherwise, they get fired for being late. So jobs have to be pretty close to residential. Sims will take any job they can get to each day. There's 2 shifts. One of them starts at 6 in the morning. The other starts at 6 at night. 12-hour shifts.
Well, my city's going to probably be bankrupt, so it won't matter.
You still got all your bonds, SKS. So and a lot of places to build ore mines. So you should be able to make it.
It's trying to get them to take jobs, though, is the problem.
Okay, yeah, what you need to do in that case is switch from medium and high wealth down to all low wealth, so you get more workers. All those parks you made were a mistake.
Well, I could bulldoze parks.
You'll also have to bulldoze the medium and rich residential next to them, so that the low wealth can zone in. Bert, I don't know if you fixed this by now, but your police station's full of criminals.
Yeah, I'm well aware that they are. Let's see. I will have to wait a couple more hours to get the cash funds.
So hopefully. Here I thought I was doing something good, but obviously not.
Yes, do something good, yes. Okay. As many people that I arrested. Yes. I got the mission reward, but okay. I somehow got the mission reward for going a year or something without rubble. I don't
I'm
know.
not really familiar with that.
Yeah, it spawned at the fire station.
Alright, I probably need to get rid of these big apartments up here.
Plop a police precinct, yes, because I can do that.
Let's see.
Oh no, that's actually from my coal. Almost 5,000.
Alright, we'll see if that alleviates any problems. Probably not, but...
Another thing you can do, SKS, you got a bunch of open space on the west side of your city, and that can be low wealth residential too. And you can connect a road from the low wealth residential on the west down towards your water pump, and that'll give your new Sims a way to get to your ore mines.
Think about this for a second.